Welcome to Auto Club Speedway here for the Ghost Cup Series drivers have currently gotten done with their qualifying. I am joined tonight by Eric Minch. He's a Xfinity Series driver in the Cups or in the Ghost Cup. Ghost Cup, let's just say that much. I don't want to separate it and get y'all confused with that, but he'll be joining me here tonight. We'll go over the qualifying order here. I'm stumbling all over myself. Austin Wheeler, who won last week, he qualifies P1. Isaiah Sutherland second, Dylan McDonald third, Chris Hupka fourth, Brock Whitehead fifth, Trey Whitehead sixth, DJ Daniels seventh, eighth, Patrick McQuaid 10th, Caleb Collins 11th, Ricky Gonzalez 12th, Mike Savanowski 13th, Christian Roos 14th, Ryan Gomez 15th, Wes Fuller 16th, Zach Woods 17th, Chris Zofield 18th, Christopher Cash 19th, Cody Tarrant 20th, Chris Wheeler 21st, Ryan Sizemore 22nd, Brian Cloyd 23rd, Charles Whitehead 24th, Dylan Ellis 25th, TJ Hanley 26th, Matt Metler 27th, Cliff. He said his last name's a French pronunciation. I only took 3 years of French, can't speak a lick of it, so I'm not going to say that until he tells me how to say it. 28th, Philip Peters. 29th, Josh Brownlee. 30th, Robert Gillard. 31st is Johnny Williams, and that is all the drivers here tonight. This is a race for a sickness. It is a hard sickness to say. I'm not even going to butcher that name. Not even going to try to attempt it because I know I'm going to absolutely miss how to say that because it is a long name for it. So I'm not even going to attempt that. But, you know, yeah, it's going to be a good cause race here. As I just realized, SDK for some reason is not showing any logos. That is weird. But 130 laps here. I won't show my top one, but who cares? It's fine. But Wheeler, again, he qualified on the pole, won last week at Las Vegas. Newcomer in the league here. If I had to choose a driver, I would maybe kind of start looking at McQuaid. DJ Hupka qualified up here too, but pace car will pull off. Starter's going to have the flag in his hand. And green flag is in the air. We are underway here. They've got him going so far. 3 wide is a pretty common thing at this track. Is that there they go right to it immediately and up, and looks like Brock got ran up the track there, packed the air on that quarter panel. Somebody did, and they keep it straight. For some reason, Hupka's white flag is not wanting to show. So, but it is sponsored by Chris Hupka Realty. I have to figure out which his website is. I'll paste that in the chat. A lot of stuff is not wanting to load. He did send me that file. For some reason is not wanting to show here, but we got somebody in the wall that they nick it behind. Not sure who that was, but these guys are going to start to scatter throughout the field. You can use a lot of this track. It's like we got Trey. Looks like he's trying to kind of top feed up there almost. And Some of this track is a little bit drafty to a certain extent, not so much anymore. But I just realized, there we go. So now we can hear you. I had my audio separated because this was meant for recording some of this stuff, but I got that sorted out. So now they're able to hear you. So I was not talking to myself. There was somebody else that was talking. Or I'm not going schizophrenic. But we have Sutherland. He still maintains second. Brock stays in third. So guys have not really moved up or moved down from where they are, which is not really that big of a deal. It's early on in the race. You're only 4 laps into a 130 lap race. So you got to keep that in mind. So guys will probably not make some moves that could hurt each other. Hopefully they don't do that. But so
everybody
far,
seemed
so
to be real conservative here, just trying to get a feel for the track, feel for their car. I don't know how long it'll take for anybody to get aggressive, but we've seen a couple different, maybe 3, even 4 wides here early for some like back end placement. But other than that, it looks like everybody up front's just kind of running the race at this point.
This track is really, really wide and kind of a draft track almost, which kind of a little bit, I hate those a little bit, but they'll be chasing each other, and if you go to make a pass and you don't get clear and you can't slide up in front of them, you're in for it. As we see, what I was just talking about there, Trey slide job on DJ slid right up in front of him.
2 good moves in those last 3 turns by him, just really digging it in deep there to get some track position.
The Cleburne, Texas driver, he makes the race promos and the radioactive that y'all have been seeing, so that's cool to see somebody doing that. Looks like everybody else is kind of almost single file to a certain extent. I don't expect it to stay like this for very much longer, though. Don't really think.
In these 2 turns, Trey really likes the outside. It's interesting to see that strategy as he's digging it in deep in the next 2 turns. I wonder if he sticks with that coming up here.
He's got DJ is looking. He's not anywhere close to being able to attempt that pass, and DJ kind of falls back in line because of that. But we got, looks like Brock and Isaiah going at it. Now it's going to be 3 wide with Trey, Brock, Isaiah. You got a lot of room with this track. This kind of almost has like a Talladega type front stretch and back stretch. There's a lot of room, so drivers will swing up in front as Trey will do that. Brock, except he falls back behind. Isaiah lost 2 positions. Going to lose even more because of that. He's stuck on the outside. Probably the lane I'd prefer to be, because when they wash up to the wall, you'll get the draft. Ooh, Isaiah. I thought Patrick McQuaid was going to get turned. He squeezed right up in front of him. Wheeler probably likes what he's seeing right now. He can kind of try to run away. We got Whitehead. Who is that? That's Sutherland kind of throwing a block on McQuaid. He's trying to block both lanes, keep himself up front. He does it, and luckily doesn't get turned because of it.
A little bit more aggressive here now, as you see it starting to develop here in the top half of the top 10 here. Everybody kind of really just trying to battle to stay in that top 5.
There, stage is. See what lap the stage is at. Yeah, stage 1 is at lap 30, stage 2 lap 70, and then the 70 lap, or stage 2 lap 60, and then a 70 lap dash to the end. So it'll be interesting to see how those go. I don't think cars wear too much at this track. I expect them to get tighter probably as it goes on, but that's why we have some guys running the high line. If they're loose, they're just trying to burn that right front to where it gets a little bit tighter for them. And somebody's down on the apron. Who is that? Who is this that just shot down there?
Looks like it was Wheeler. Or no, sorry, not Wheeler. My apologies.
That was, where is it? It's a blue and white car. I know who it is, but I can't think of the name. Where in the world did he go? You try to find where he is. Yeah, no, it's Chris Wheeler. There's 2 Wheelers in this race.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah, I was gonna say I know the car number. I just couldn't think of the driver who it was, but we saw him just shoot down the track. He probably got maybe nipped when he was going by, and I had to just evade a little bit. That's one thing I can think of, because that was a weird movement from him.
Yeah, he was way down right at the pit road exit. Came right down off that corner. I don't know if he got loose or what the situation was, but
he keeps it straight, so no harm, no foul done there to him, luckily. See, Hubka looks like he's kind of staying relatively around what he started. He's back to 9th. But he's only lost 4 positions. Cogswell's where he started. No Cogswell.
Who's our biggest gainer here of the session so far?
Like the 54 of Robert Gillard. He's up 8 positions. He's only in 22nd. The biggest loser right now is Mike Semenofsky. He's back 13 positions from where he started, so he's not having a good night.
Big gains, though, out of Robert. Maybe someone to look forward to keep an eye on here in the second stage. See if he can make a push up towards the front here.
He's riding that high line. He's a relatively new driver to the series. Austin's kind of gotten a little bit of a lead now over some of these guys behind him. See, Jimmy Strong actually broadcasted a money race FEG that was supporting him. Actually died, I think, a week and a half after that broadcast. He was 17 years old. Defeated cancer once and it came back, and he decided he was not going to fight it the second time. Kind of a sad story about that. I think some guys are starting to get loose a little bit. I want to see who's running high and who's thick and low now, because some guys are migrating towards the top.
We're losing that back end. You just mentioned Robert Gillard there at for position gain, and looks like he's slowing down quite a bit, letting off there in the corners. Kind of losing that rear end towards the end of the turn.
Yeah, it's hard with these cars once they get loose and you kind of slide them once. There's almost no way to get it tight again. That's why we have guys running the high line. And what the high line does with most of these cars is when you're loose and you've got so much wheel in it trying to get towards the bottom, you really can't get back to the throttle. And when you stay high, this is going to heat up that right front a little bit, but you're not putting nearly as much wheel into it. And you can be kind of pretty moderate with your throttle input, getting back to it, so you won't even come close to spinning the wheels. That's what some guys will decide to do. Now, if you just want to rip the high line, you can, but I wouldn't do it all the time. As TJ's down pit road, I don't know why he is. See any damage done to that car.
Austin doing a real good job of maintaining this gap. Even this, with the wear on the tires, it's just impressive to watch him run it.
Yeah, he's maintained about a 4/10 lead over these guys. They've been fighting behind him, and Sutherland's trying to get back one of his positions. Lost 2. He qualified on the front row. He's trying to get one from DJ, but he's not going to get. He looks like, oh, there he goes. Gets loose on the bottom. He's going to lose 1 position, maybe 2, possibly 3. So he cannot get up. He has a spot behind McQuaid. He's got to take it if he's going to take it now. Now it's closed. Trey will jump up there, but Trey's going to sail it in on the high line, try to get it rolling. He's going to get it rolling too.
There's going to be no give up in DJ Daniels. If there's one thing I know about racing in a few of the other series, it's that there's no quit in this man. So look for him to make the adjustment however he's got to make it and make an aggressive move.
And we'll see how he does tonight. He's always been a driver that's kind of had a lot of controversy surrounding him. Some guys didn't like how he drives. I've never had a problem with DJ, but he's been a driver that's made a couple of people mad. The 3-ish years that I've known him a little bit. You have Tradus. Highlight Warrior. He's trying to get a big run. Problem is, Dylan looks like he tried to jump up and thought about it, but he couldn't. Trey was coming with a huge run. He was going to jump up there and block him. That was going to end up pretty bad for him.
Got a big battle here for the top 3.
Looks like we've got
3 wide, 4 wide almost. Oh, man.
And 3 wide. Big track, so these guys can do that as they keep it straight. I thought that was going to end up pretty badly for him. Yeah, they're fine. They're keeping it good. I mean, again, large track. 3 wide's not uncommon when you would see that on TV. Now they're not going to race the Auto Club anymore because they've sold the track and they've done a lot. They're going to do a lot to it. They don't know what's going to be done exactly, but people are guessing maybe turn into short track because there's a little bit of contact there. As Gonzalez came down and hit Sutherland just a little bit, not too hard, so he should be fine with the damage that he got. He didn't nearly get hit as hard as he could have.
Big pushes here from Trey White on DJ Daniels here, really trying to catch this this front pack here.
It's only 18 laps into the race. It feels like it's been 30 laps unless they're running 41-second laps. So, again, it's a big track for these guys to go around. And Brock is catching Wheeler just a little bit. He's cut off about a 10th. So he's gaining on him ever so slightly.
Trey up into the wall there for the second lap in a row. He's running that high line, but he's looking pretty loose.
It's going to hurt that right front. If anything, that could maybe even help him. Looks like it's just some paint scratches on the car, so he shouldn't be hurt too bad right now. So yeah, he's just going to stick in the high line. I don't know if that'd be such a good idea for him. As, oh, crossover Sutherland. Thought he was going to maybe shove him, but he decides to use his momentum to try to pass him as Sutherland's going to see him just looking for that quarter panel. Can't get to it. If it came down a little bit sooner, he might have been able to side draft him, but he waited a little bit too long for it. Around McQuaid, we almost have a 3-wide situation. They thought about making it 3-wide. Looks like Cogswell has to kind of...
Probably will be coming into the corner here unless they can get down low enough.
Cogswell had to jump out of the way. Dylan didn't realize that he was below him as he's getting loose a little bit, and Trey's in the wall again. He is beating that right front up. Couldn't get in front of Gonzalez. He's trying to...
A little bit of contact there.
I don't know if he's trying to get out of the way or if he's trying to block him to get a big bump from him. I couldn't really tell. But Wheeler has gotten a little bit of a bigger gap now. It's almost, or it's 6/10 now, so he's pulled away from Brock just a little bit.
DJ was really trying to pack the air there for a second right there under Sutherland. I think he did a good job of it. Takes the position back. They're going to trade it.
Yeah, contact between McDonald and McQuaid, or yeah, McDonald and McQuaid. Almost thought I had a different wrong name there, but they get that sorted out. I think it's 2 guys going for the same spot, and one of them not realizing that he's still down there. Sutherland's trying to get the spot on DJ, and it looks like he's going to get that too.
They're trading it back and forth, it seems like, every time we come into 1 and 2 or 3.
Oh, Gonzalez in the wall. There he goes. Trey looks like he tried to maybe merge up, and he got turned by Trey into the wall. I don't think that wasn't intentional. I'm going to take a quick look at it. See what happened between these two. Where Gonzalez gets loose, and Trey's just there, and it's just a bump in the wrong spot. He didn't hit him straight on. Have to see how much that hurts the turn in the car, because that was one thing with these next gens. They're not as tough as they were. They still are pretty tough, but he hit it pretty good. What does his... Oh, we have a caution.
Caution back at the field. Looks like somebody spun out back there.
It's like it's Chris.
1 and 2.
It looks like it's Cash who's around. He just looped it on his own. Yeah, it's on his own completely.
Ricky really took some damage there in his front right. It's I think he'll be all right, but his front right quarter panel is not looking too well.
Actually, Lilith is coming up the track. I think she's expecting Cash to go up towards the wall more. Cash just kind of stays where he is. He actually bails out. He might have been getting loose, and Lilith hits him and spins him around. He doesn't hit anything, luckily, so he should be completely fine.
Where are we at for stages here? Are we lap 60 for stage 1?
Lap 30 for stage 1, and then lap 60 for stage 2. So
okay. Lap 60 for stage 2.
I don't know if they'll pit. I don't think they will. I mean, it wouldn't really make that much sense to pit. I mean, it's going to be such a short run. I wouldn't be doing it. But we might have some people gamble. Have to see when they come by this time if they do pit. Wheeler probably going to fake him out here. He's the only one going. No, he's going to go down pit road. That's surprising. Gonzalez will come behind him. I expected Gonzalez to come. He was damaged. A decent amount come down pit road. I didn't expect that. I think most of these guys have a little bit of damage, possibly. I'm not completely sure.
I mean, Austin's been running so well, even with the tire wear. I think he thinks he's getting his stage pit out of the way here. Maybe he can stay out, retake that lead. I'm not really sure what the strategy is here, but that's I don't know, kind of what I'm thinking.
Yeah, if anything, he could just ride around in the back pretty slow, just save the tires and see if they blast after that pretty much. It's just, I guess, it's weird. But we will take a side-by-side commercial break as these guys are getting ready to go back green here. And we are back here. These guys are getting ready to take the green flag here. 26 laps of 130 done again. Stage at lap 30. So it's going to be interesting to see, do these guys that pitted top off on fuel, or did they just stay out and make it to lap 60? I don't know if their fuel will allow that completely. We'll just have to find out and really see what they do. So it'll be a kind of a 3-lap shootout. Brock leading them back to green. Starter has the flag in his hand, and green flag is in the air. We are back underway here.
Bad restart there for the 14. Kind of held that top line up a little bit. 27's got no one with him down there underneath. Still maintains to be able to stick with his high side, though. That's good.
Might have been a little bit too cautious with those tires, possibly. Oh, we got a wreck. So I was watching the cameras go around. That's DJ Daniel.
Spun around into the infield. It's going to bring out a caution as well.
That may be the end of the stage, possibly. DJ goes off track. Oh, he hit the wall. He got looks like Dylan McDonald probably packed the air on the quarter panel, made him run up the track, and he hit the wall and then came back down in front of McDonald and then just spun to the inside. So there really shouldn't be that much damage, if any, done to the car. It's probably just some body damage done to it. Guys are definitely going at it, though, that's for sure. Let me see if... Nope, I don't know why I pulled that up. Found... Let's see back here. See, now this might be the end of the stage. It may be the end of it, because it's going to take them till lap 30. Yeah, these guys are pitting up front, so it has to be. So Wheeler's strategy probably actually paid off for him. He'll stay out. Hubka, who came down last time, he stays out also. It's a strategy move from these guys.
I had a feeling he was just going to kind of ride it out and just try to get that that stage pit out of the way and get his track position back.
Worked out for him pretty much perfectly, too, with that really, really quick caution.
Can't really get much better. Who's kind of your dark horse, you think, it's tonight? Somebody who might not have started here, even, let's say, inside the top 15. You got anybody you're looking forward to making moves up the track?
Probably... can't say Isaiah because he qualified up front. I'd say probably Lilith.
Okay. Lilith Peters?
Yeah, Lilith Peters. I don't...
Okay.
McQuaid, he's probably going to go back up front. However, he qualified 9th. No, he qualified 12th. So we got Lilith, McQuaid, and McDonald, who's... Which he qualified 3rd. I don't really know... Maybe Roos, maybe, possibly, I could say, qualified 13th. He tends to stick around towards the end of the races, and he goes up towards the front. He just tends to not get himself into a lot of trouble, mainly.
Okay.
I believe lights should go off on the pace car this time by, though. And they will, so green this time by now. Unless they move the stage back 1, it should be pretty much to the end. You have some guys that are just topping off, coming off a pit road. I don't think anybody's a lap down. Why is Gonzalez down? He is late to come down pit road. He's fixing more damage on that car? He's just topping off on fuel. He's going to have to go. Oh, he'll have time to catch him. It was more towards the end of pit road, luckily for him. It's still a pretty late pit stop. I don't know if I would have done that if I were him. He actually very well may not catch him.
We mentioned that huge jump earlier from Robert Gillard. He's way back up. He's way up here inside the top 3 here now after making those big moves to start the race.
He pitted, not last caution, but the caution before that to get his track position. Starter's going to have the flag in his hand. And green flag is back in the air. We are back underway here.
What a great restart there for Austin, just really putting a gap between them.
Had some guys,
Austin up into the wall a little bit.
I'm gonna say some people bounced off the wall, and I saw everybody shoot down as they are almost 4 wide. Yeah, they're 4 wide. Someone doesn't realize it, and they can't realize that the guy outside can't come up very much because he's gonna get absolutely destroyed if he does. The guys are all fanning out now behind him. They sort that out, luckily, between them. Oh, they really don't right now. It's Sutherland in the middle. Rock. It's about to be Trey. Who is that on the bottom? That is 33. It's Cloyd. It was Wheeler just made a slide job move, and I think he got punted out of the way when he did it too. He gets into the wall because of that. I don't think Dylan was having any of that from him, but Ryan, who took, like it was fuel only last time, he had a 5-second pit stop.
Did he come in on that first caution?
He may have, but that would, yeah, he had to have. Because, yeah, he probably did. He has, yeah, he pitted twice, so he pit, yeah, he did pit on that first caution. I was wondering how he got up here, so he just kind of jumped the guys that came down pit road. He just topped off on his fuel. He was actually a little bit better off than Austin on fuel, and probably, honestly, tires a little bit.
Ryan, the only one who's really been able to stay close to Austin so far, to be honest with you. Good racing up here up front, 1 and 2.
He gets right up to his bumper and decides not to try to pass him. It's probably a move, realizing, hey, if I don't get this pass done, I'm gonna right now go behind him. Yeah, he's gonna go behind him right now. He's gonna pull a big slide job. He's just gonna sail it on in there, and he will get past Wheeler, so Wheeler will lose the lead. But Ryan Sizemore to the lead instead. Guys back behind him have now gotten the single file. And Isaiah's been throwing a lot of, not over blocking, but he's definitely been blocking a little bit. I can see him throwing them, but they're not, you know, going down the track to stop a run. It's just moving down a little bit. But I know he's probably making some people mad from those. I know some drivers. As there goes somebody in the wall. It's Cloyd. He looks like he's probably stuck in the wall. And Roos may have given him a bump that put him in the wall. I don't see that much damage done to him. The guys behind him are just going at it, though. Sutherland's
impressive.
Yeah, Sutherland's pushing Brock, and he's going to push him past Collins. Got three wide around Woods, McQuaid, and Cash. McQuaid's just going to run the high line. Woods is actually going to get both those positions. He's going to slide up in front of them all, and Wade will come with a big run. Woods is probably looking out of his rearview mirror right now a little bit, trying to not get ran over. But Brock is trying to make his way up front. So is Isaiah. Two of these guys are, as Huff's kind of getting walled whole at the moment. He's, however, able to stay in the top line, so he's not losing that many positions. Trey Roos is looking to outside of him. I don't know if he's not close. He's almost close enough. Now he might have a shot here. Yeah, he does now because Trey decided not to hop up in the top line when he had a chance behind Collins. So it's going to give Roos a run to the outside. So he's going to not really pinch Trey down. He's actually probably going to maybe let him back up. Yeah, he slides up in front of him.
Austin really I think he's turned the jets on a little bit. Looked like he was saving there for quite a few laps. I think he's trying to maybe look to take this positioning back. He's running a little bit deeper. He was running a little bit more wide. I think he's really trying to make a push here, take his position back.
It looks like he's looking inside. Decides not to. Tucks up behind him. But he's going to try to make a move here in 3 and 4 on Sizemore. He's just going to take a big dive to the bottom. And he's going to actually kind of draw even with him. Coming to lap 40. Because they can afford to do this because these guys behind him are kind of racing also. But Wheeler, don't think he's going to be able to get the move done. It's probably better to fall in behind Sizemore at this point and shove him.
Yeah, at this point, I think you might just be burning him up. I think you wait for your time and place here.
Actually, I thought Ryan was giving him the outside there for a minute. That would have been a bad choice. They've probably everybody in this race has probably noticed that the outside's working more than the others, so they're hopping up in front of them when they try to get to the outside, or really defending it. Which you have to do sometimes if people want to try to take the outside from you. You just have to run it, even though it's probably not the best line sometimes for it.
Ryan doing a great job of just running this middle lane and just maintaining. Austin, big run though off of that turn. He's gonna maybe get all the way past him. I don't know. Side by side coming into this next turn, it'll be interesting.
Side by side down the back stretch here, Wheeler and Sizemore have drawn even. They both stay pretty.
Oh, Ryan got a little bit loose there. I think that's going to give him the window. Yep.
Slides up right in front of him. Gets that position pretty easily from him.
Austin Wheeler back to the lead here.
Didn't take him long. He lost it for just a little bit, but he gets it right back from him.
Tell you what, I don't think this P1 position battle is over. Ryan's running a real strong race here. It seems like he's got his line down. Interesting to see if Austin tries to duplicate it.
Biggest mover right now is actually Ryan Sizemore. He's up 19 positions. We've got multiple guys, or we did have multiple guys. We have 2 guys in double digits in spots gained. Robert has fallen all the way back to the end of the pack now, so he's fell out of favor with most of these guys. He doesn't have the draft room anymore.
I didn't see the situation happen. You mentioned your dark horse there a little while ago, Lilith Peters. I heard over the radio a couple times, almost back-to-back laps. She took a little bit of contact from DJ Daniels and another driver as well. She might be sitting in a bad spot right now. Unfortunately, I think she's had a couple mishaps, but nothing too much to get concerned about. No cautions, hasn't really caused any damage, but look to see her have a little bit better luck.
That's lap 43 of 130, so she's got some time to make her way to the front. Wheeler's now just scooched away a little bit from this whole pack. He's gotten a 5/10 lead. If he can get 6/10, he'll probably prefer that more, because that's when you lose the draft in these cars. You can't suck up to somebody behind him or in front of you, so he's might push a little bit hard for a couple laps to try to get done with it, or try to get that.
Brock and Isaiah take over 2 and 3. Looks like Ryan's dropping a little bit of I don't know if it's a tire wear issue, or maybe the line's just not working for him any well. He's into the wall there coming out of that turn, out of 4.
It's kind of, once one thing goes wrong, everything else is just almost falling behind it.
Ooh, a little bit of contact from Whitehead. Trey, give him a little bump coming into turn 1.
Not afraid to use the bumper. Some of these guys aren't, which, I mean, Hubka's fine with that also. It's pretty much, hey, bump and runs are fine. Just some guys can't handle more than others. It's going to almost have to race now. You have to give somebody a shot to get him up the track and move him.
And Ryan returning the favor coming into this quarter. Trey almost loses the rear end out of it.
That's how you move somebody out of the way. Just get them gone and done.
Brock getting a good run here, getting a little bit closer and closer in the straights. Going to close in even a little bit here coming into the turn.
Brock, he's kind of got some help behind him. Not a lot of help. You see Sutherland probably giving him a shove to get him up there. More of an arrow thing than anything else, but Brock is going to get up on Wheeler's bumper. Now, Wheeler, if I'm Wheeler, I'm defending. I'm maybe making it a little hard for guys behind him, as in running them down the track, laying out on their door. That can really get them loose. I know I did that.
I respect 100%. We got 13 laps to go. It's time to make a move. I respect this run out of Isaiah and Brock for sure.
Looks like Brock, he'll get that position. Wheeler's on the wall, so he'll easily get it. Sutherland's going to draw next to him. McDonald's coming behind him. And Wheeler is going to lose 2 positions, but he's only got 13 laps left to till the stage break. So he's done a pretty good job, especially on that 4-lap older tires. You know, those guys behind them, he certainly hasn't fallen like, you know, Sizemore has. Sizemore's back to 8th, and he's getting beaten up a little bit.
I know it's still kind of early here, but before the race, as I was going over everybody's points and positionings, you see Brock Whitehead sitting there with 2 top 5s, no win yet, but staying super consistent. I had a feeling that this might be a little bit of a push, a little bit of a breakout. You saw him winning stage 1, leading here again, coming down with 12 laps to go here in the stage. It's just, I don't know. I saw him as kind of my pick to win before we started.
Brock, he's got the lead right now. However, he's probably going to get chased down here by Sutherland and maybe McDonald also. See if they're kind of fighting Wheeler somewhat. Wheeler's not gone away completely. He's just staying on the bottom. And Wheeler's not out of this by any means. He was up front. He's actually going to try to draw even with McDonald, but he probably just needs to tuck in behind them all.
Brock
and he
lost
does
a
that.
lot of speed. Lost a lot of speed coming out of that last turn. Got loose twice. Was really loose. Scary loose. Brought it back straight. It's going to open up a couple of doors here for a couple people coming down here late.
See, Sutherland can't get it. Tries to throw a block, and McDonald decides it's probably best if I don't do that. That's an easy way to get turned. McDonald will actually get that position because of that. McDonald, I think he wanted the outside to Trey, and Trey didn't give it to him. He ran a little bit higher, but Austin Wheeler, while these guys are all in one spot, and McDonald is in the wall, so he gets loose. Sutherland also gets in the wall. Wheeler, he was the only guy running the bottom. He gets 2 positions back because of that. One where those guys aren't, pretty much just saying, hey, y'all are going to run the top. I'm just going to stick to the bottom. Y'all can have fun up there.
Sutherland a little bit loose coming out of that turn, trying to slide into the 2nd position. Austin keeping it straight, though. Maintains it.
Nine laps until the stage break, so that's got to remember that. Don't throw your head away, because I saw that happen before. They just go absolutely nuts.
Big battle for P1 right here. Austin, can he get him off the turn?
Gonna go into 3 and 4. Yeah, we have to have a caution. I heard some tires go around. That is Sizemore who has gone around. I don't think he hit anything. Didn't even tell me that he spun, so we'll have to rewind and see what happened. As happens in front of him. So Trey gets in the wall, overcorrects, hits the wall again, clips Roos. Roos slams the wall, and then he comes down and hits Ryan. Ryan didn't really hit the wall too hard, so I think he should be fine. That probably hurt multiple guys' steerings. I wouldn't be surprised if Trey's is broken, but does Austin do what he did before, or does he stay out here and try to win this stage is the question. See what he does when they come by, because pit road will be open. If I'm him,
I think he goes with the same strategy. I'm going to be honest with you. He hasn't really had a whole lot of competition in this race. I mean, we saw Ryan take the lead there for a little while, but I think Ryan was being way more aggressive. It seemed like later, maybe 6 or 7 laps that he led, it was really starting to wear on him. He was getting loose. So I don't know. I think the tire strategy works out. I think, yeah, he's going to go again.
I saw him do this earlier too. So, wow.
I think off that last caution, where was he sitting?
Who?
When after the first caution, after he came out, where was he? I don't even remember what position he was in after he pitted. Not that it matters, but
He was pretty far back. I'm not completely sure. I do know that he was probably, well, he's down in the 20s if I had to guess, because he was one of the, no, he had some people that followed him. Not completely sure then. But as these guys are under caution here, we will go to a side-by-side commercial break. As lights are off on the pace car here. About to go back green. And stage 3 is at lap 60, so they only have a 5-lap run to the end. Wheeler did what he did earlier and pitted before the stage ended. See if that will work for him this time. Pace car pulls in here. Starter has the flag in his hand and entering the Geico restart zone, and green flag is back in the air. We are back underway here.
kind of a familiar sight here in 1 and 2 again. Whitehead Sutherland.
Whitehead qualified 5th. Sutherland qualified 1st, so saw us up here before.
Few more laps to play with here than the last time we had this situation. I think we only got into the the green flag 1 or 2 laps where we had the second caution. We'll see how Brock works under a few more laps of pressure.
There's a lot of guys that were just in the wall during that run too, and there was probably 3 or 4 that hit it. I don't think they smoked it. I think it's just cold tires and they just don't want to turn too well. As DJ's up in the wall. See him wiggle off a bit and he comes down and luckily doesn't take anybody out below him. Matt McQuaid. Sixth mover right now is TJ. He's up 14th position. He did not pit on that last pit stop. So we got Collins on the wall. They're going to squeeze and make it through. DJ kind of hits TJ, and that's a netcode hit, but they save it, and Ricky's stuck to TJ, and he comes off of him. They all just scatter behind him. Collins got stuck in the wall, and then TJ had to come down, and he maybe got to DJ a little bit. Then DJ couldn't turn, and it was just everything was going on from then.
2 to go this time around here in the stage. Looks like Sutherland's trying to make a run, close that gap on Brock. A couple laps to do it.
Sutherland, he'll come by and pit when the caution comes out. He'll probably keep that in mind. Is actually throw that away. Wheeler might steal it from them both. He pitted, has fresh tires, and Sutherland's going to try to throw a block on him, and he does a little bit, runs Wheeler low, but Wheeler, I mean, his tires are so much better. He can probably just push his way through if he needs to at this point. Just let it rip, and he's going to probably use those tires as Sutherland slides.
Oh, man, you were thinking the same thing I was. I got a little nervous.
You see Wheeler, he's trying to get clear. He'll probably get clear going into 1. No, Dylan's going to get clear of both of them. As Brock going to keep Wheeler down a little bit lower. Wheeler, he can go up high now if he needs to. As Brock just slides coming out of 2, and he saves it finally. Working his hands a lot in there. Dylan McDonald goes to the lead.
Austin really just able to keep it low with all that grip, and I think he's going to be able to get in front of him.
This is fresh tires versus fresh tires, so they got to keep that in mind. That both these guys, I don't think it's going to hurt them too bad if they abuse it here for 1 lap, but I just watch a little bit. See Trey, that's actually Charles Whitehead up there, so he's going to get out of the way. Does Wheeler just... Oh, Wheeler! Oh, he maybe tapped McDonald coming off of 2, going up towards the wall, and that's almost bad, but...
I think McDonald just lost it, to be honest with you. I think he just got a little bit loose, tried to get a little bit too aggressive coming in that turn, maybe oversteered a little bit.
Looks like McDonald, he will come and win this stage. As he will. Barely. Him and Wheeler going at it.
With them being so aggressive and kind of playing off of what you said, I wonder how that factors late in this this next part of the race.
There's somebody in here saying, let's go Sutherland 74. Johnny just said it had an issue with Iverson crashing and he couldn't get back into the session, so that's where he went. So we'll see who's coming. So Brock, Patrick, Isaiah, Zach, Zofield, Cash, and Collins will all come in because they didn't pit last time. The guys up here could maybe top off on fuel. That's might be what they do because they know the guys behind them have to pit. Just a thought. They very well might not even do it.
Is that Lilith Peters I see up there in 6th place?
Yeah, that is. And she pitted last time too, so she's gotten the tires and made her way up here. I don't see... She had damage earlier, but it looks like she got all that fixed because it wasn't too bad.
Dark Horse coming through in the clutch for you. Really, really advanced her positioning. Qualified 28th. So
She's
really
actually going
battling
to...
here.
Yeah, she stays out too. That's surprising. The only person that stays out. Literally the only person that stays out. That is going to be weird for her. She's going to be off on fuel. She's going to be off on tires, which these guys that came down pit road before are not going to take tires. They're just going to top off on fuel and get going. McDonald's off and away. It's just fuel. See if anybody has an extended stay for some damage. Now, if you're in the back, you maybe want to come down pit road again and top off.
Was Charles Whitehead involved in one of those cautions that put him a lap down?
I don't think he was. Something may have happened to him. I didn't remember him being in a wreck. He may just be struggling tonight. I have to find out though. Yeah, but Lilith, she's got the lead now. The dark horse that I chose is up front, so it's not surprising to see her up here, but normally it's from her driving.
Yeah, we'll see how the stay out strategy works for her, especially with Wheeler right on her tail for sure. He's been running so strong all night long.
Their fuel, I'm not sure how long their fuel can go, though, so it's going to be a big question mark for me if their fuel will probably take them to maybe lap 110? Possibly. Possibly. Saying that because I don't really know exactly. But they'll have at least one more pit stop before they come down pit road, or before the race ends. Looking, Austin has a stream. Austin has a stream that starts in 20-ish minutes. Just checking on that, making sure that he's got all of his stuff in there. He does. I need to tell him to put more tags, though. The stuff that he broadcast, he only puts like 3 or 4 tags. But pace car, and no lights are back on. They not off.
Yeah, I think they're having some black flag issues here. It seems like trying to get some stuff cleared up. Looks like they extended it a lap or two.
Yeah, we got RC in this race, and actually raced with RC in the A Open today, and I saw his paint scheme, and I was like, wait, is that who I think it is? And it was. He was racing in there. I was up in the top 10 to start, and then somebody hit me, and that got me loose and put me in the wall, and it finished like 16th. That was early in the race. Could never get back up front. That was interesting.
Was watching a couple people different race today, and caught Chase Elliott in a few races today. So it was exciting to see him on iRacing.
Yeah, I know PGR, which actually is what Austin's broadcasting. The owner of PGR caught Dale Earnhardt in the trucks last week racing at, I think it was Daytona. So it's interesting to see some drivers that race in real life. You know, race on the simulator. I know I haven't raced with any. Now I raced with Retzlav in a race, Anthony Alfredo in one before. I know somebody who's raced with Kyle Larson after he won his championship. It was actually at Martinsville. He was in a race with them. So it's kind of cool to see the drivers in real life racing on an iRacing simulator.
Absolutely, super exciting, super encouraging for people also that that really grind this this simulator craft. Just to have professional drivers racing with them, it's a huge boost of confidence for a lot of guys.
And this is the one game, because it is a video game, that'll actually translate to real life, because people have gotten a ride based off of the sim. William Byron,
100%.
Josh Berry, I know that.
Not even just in Cup Series, yeah, and even in the lower series as well.
Yeah, as green flag is back out, and we are back underway here.
Interesting here. I don't see McDonald. I don't know what happened to him. I don't know if he got penalized or what. But he was right there. He was right there with Wheeler coming off of pit road. I'm not sure exactly what happened to him.
He had a 40-second pit stop, so he probably sped coming off of pit road and got caught. That's the only thing I could think of. Because he's back there as we see Metler going down to the bottom, trying not to get ran over. Sizemore's going to follow him down there, though.
Wheeler into the wall a little bit there, coming out of turn 4.
Guys, I wouldn't be hitting the wall too hard, but I mean, some guys are just letting it go.
Wheeler's just not willing to run a single lap this race without trying to be in P1. So it's interesting to see. He wants the dominance, man. He wants it.
Yeah, some guys, they get the sniff of the lead and they really, really want it. As Whitehead's in pit road, so something must be happening to him. These guys up front are going to be chasing down Lilith, and they're probably going to set her up for a pass. He's going to ride the middle line. Wheeler's going to look to the bottom. However, Trey and Brock, the two brothers, are going to line up and probably shove each other by Wheeler because Wheeler left the bottom open. Got to be careful when he does that. If you leave anything open, you better be sure you can make the pass, and if you can't, hop up behind him. But he wasn't able to do that, sadly for him. They're going to look to the inside of Lilith. Trey runs her up the track a little bit. And Lilith is going to maybe... No, she's not going to lose that position. She's going to hold it. Trey's not quite clear. Lilith in the wall. Trying to use all of the track she can. And she just definitely uses all of it as they are 4 wide now. Brock in the middle, Wheeler. And then Trey on the bottom as they sort that out. And they get past Lilith. She only loses 2 positions. Actually, maybe only even 1. He
Just
fights
one,
hard
holds
here.
It strong. Yep, holds it strong coming out of that turn.
It looks like Lilith is going to go try to get the lead back from Brock. Just loses it, and she said, I actually want it back. I don't want to give it to you quite just yet. As she will get the lead. She slides up in front of Brock here. Just in the wall. Yeah, she gets that lead back immediately, pretty much.
Brock back to the lead here.
Slide job for slide job.
They are just trading places. Great racing up front here to start this next stage.
What tends to happen when you have a track that's really so draft heavy, it's just slide job. It's the only way you can get past them because they're pretty much all flat out the whole way. So it's just, hey, I'm just going to slide you, and I'm going to slide you also. And hope I make it. If I don't, well, hopefully I just don't get ran over. We're coming up on a lap car. That is Brownlee. He's going to stay high. This is really drawing in a lot of people behind this, though. A lot of people behind it. It's about 9... This is 10 cars up here. No, 9 cars up here. They're all within a second of each other because of this. And I think Lilith is in the wall. Yeah, she's in the wall again. But however, she's up in the high line. So Sizemore can't go anywhere as they're 3 wide around him.
DJ Daniel making a huge push as well. Really regaining from that spin out he had earlier.
Sutherland looks like he tried to get a position. He did. Lilith was lucky that when she did hit the wall, she was... the person below him was already kind of boxed in, so they couldn't really go anywhere. Well, it's still fighting for position. Sizemore, he does get the lead. So Sizemore's found his way back up here. Surprised Lilith is holding like she is with those 4-lap older tires, but I do expect maybe towards the end of the fuel run for her, they'll start to show a little bit more.
Maybe fade a little bit. Big push here from Sutherland on the inside into Whitehead. Trying to give him momentum to get him on this turn for the lead.
As Brock's
doing a great job.
Brock's trying to get the lead. Sutherland looks like he's trying to draw side by side with him also. As McDonald has some rear end damage on that car. That's not good. He's hit somebody in the rear evidently. I don't know who it is.
Lilith up into the wall again.
And yeah, I'm looking at McDonald. He just got hit in the wall. He got put in the wall again. He hit the wall himself. I just forgot to do the dang flyover. I forgot about that. I'll import that, and we'll do that during one of the commercial breaks.
Man, this race has just gotten more and more exciting as it goes on. It's been kind of like track dominance up until this point. Now we've actually got a little bit of a front pack battle.
These guys going at it, and that's what I like to see. Nobody's just giving the positions up. As Ryan's wiggling around, I don't know what happened with him. He's definitely moving a lot. I don't know if that was just loose off the corner or what. Kind of weird to see him do that. Oh, there he loses the rear end. He almost gets ran over by DJ, but he saves it, so... Loose, loose, loose. Everywhere for some of these guys.
Slowed down DJ quite a bit as he gives off his position to Austin Wheeler, who's looking to make his return back up into the top 3 inside here at Peters.
Brock is looking to the inside of Sutherland for this position. Lilith is kind of fighting for her life to stay up here, up front. She's going to be off on pit strategy. She's probably realized that. She's maybe even trying to save a little bit of fuel, staying in the draft.
Yep, 100%. I've also seen her run a couple different lines here these last few laps, trying to save on just about everything, I think.
Strategy being played out. Back in the near the 20s, it's pretty calm all throughout. Nobody's really being too hectic. It's really up front that we're seeing most of the movement happen.
Ooh, Brock got a little loose there coming out of that turn.
I think Lilith might have gotten in the wall. Yeah, she did. Get in the wall, and DJ is going to have a big run because of that. And he'll go right past Lilith. So Lilith will lose one position. However, she should be saved here. Kind of, yeah, she's got Cogswell, and Trey can't go anywhere because Cogswell's on the bottom, so that's going to shove her up front.
Ryan really trying to put the pressure here on Brock. Sutherland going to take Brock inside. Is it enough?
I don't think it is. He's side by side with him, but he's got to run him. You got to run him hard here. You got to side draft super hard, not give him any room. As we'll see if he does that. I don't know if he will. He's gonna try to. He's gonna side draft here a little bit, not too much. Saw worse side drafting. I saw people basically be in the rear of somebody. Sutherland can't get it done. He's still going to be side by side with him. DJ is going to try to make it through wide. Sutherland throws a little bit of a block. DJ is going to pack air on Sutherland's quarter panel. Actually make a little bit of contact between the two.
Ooh, Brock getting loose again. Slowing up his momentum. Big push from Peters here.
Yeah, Peters gave Sutherland a shot. Sutherland's going to take that momentum go to the inside. He's going to try to get a position. I don't know if he can do it here. He
Oh, he clears him.
will. Yeah, he's got him
Clears him
cleared.
with ease.
However, Brock's right back to his bumper. I think he made Sutherland loose, and Sutherland shoots down the track. He's going to probably lose the lead here now because of that. Sutherland maybe showing his displeasure. Lilith, big shove. Ooh. These guys are definitely not afraid to use each other to turn or make some contact to move them out of the way, as Sutherland just drifts it off the corner. That's how you heat up the rear tires. But look at Lilith making her way back up here. She sees that hole and she takes it immediately. She hops right back up into it. She's not even risking having...
Back to the inside is Ryan. I think he's going to have him clear. He does.
Sutherland gets that position back from him. Brock, he's getting loose. I've seen him slide that rear, I don't know how many times now, but if he does that anymore, it's going to be heated up pretty well, and he's got to keep an eye on that. He's going to have to heat it up, heat the right front up so it decides to turn for him.
Brock, big run on the inside.
Gonna try to get around Isaiah, and he will do that really easily, but Isaiah has Lilith behind him, so maybe Lilith can give him an arrow shove to get him up there. Only thing I can think of is shove him, and then just kind of let those two go at it, and just really let them go at it, and just watch it. Just watch them burn their tires off, and then when the time's right, just take the position from him. As Sutherland, yeah, he'll get that position. No, not quite. Lilith is going to make it 3 wide. These guys are still just...
She's going to be able to clear. She didn't make the move inside, but she was well clear to be able to get in front there.
Just sail it off into the corner, so...
Does a great job driving that high line, maintaining her momentum, and she's off, man. She is off.
What I'd like to see is Jarvis fight for it. As we got pit stops happening, Brock is down, DJ, Gomes, McQuaid is all down pit road. So this might be their last pit stop, possibly. Gonna go 44 laps on fuel. Lilith, she's gonna stay out a little bit longer. She might run her tank to the end, and that might not be a bad idea for her to do that.
Roos has worked his way up here into the top 5 as well. You'd love to see that as well. Haven't heard much of his name tonight.
Nope.
Love to see him battling for it.
Yeah, Lilith comes down pretty much right after them. Easy. And Cogswell, so we'll see. Is this their last? This should be their last pit stop if I had to guess. I could get my crew. Oh, I don't have my dang keyboard. Actually, let's see if this works. I'm going to get crew chief. I'm going to open this up, and I'm going to ask him what the fuel... I don't have it on. Forgot I installed it. Let me ask crew chief. I'm going to download this. If you don't know what crew chief is, it's a free software that does what the name says. It lets you... It's basically your crew chief for you. It'll change tires for you. You can tell it fuel to the end and stuff like that, and it'll put in the exact amount that you need. I'm wondering if I install it again where I'm watching. I don't know if I need to be driving. It will tell me if how much fuel they have. I don't know. We're gonna see.
Had a couple different leaders peel off here into pit road. Jonathan Cogswell taking the lead. Sutherland has stayed out so far, just kind of hanging around here in P2.
Yeah, he's just going to probably run his tank as long as he can, and that's not a bad choice. That's kind of the driver that I am. We're on a track, and I want the freshest tires possible as he's coming down this time by. I try to get the freshest tires possible. And the reason I like that is because you got the freshest tires possible. You can
freshest tires possible. I mean, it allows you to, for those who have maybe pitted a little bit earlier than you that were in front of you, gives you a little bit of a competitive advantage coming down to the last 20 or 15 laps or so. You're able to make a move.
However, on some tracks, tires don't wear like others, so it just depends. Let's see, where did Lilith come out? Lilith actually came out in front of Brock and Austin. She did have that pretty big gap where they all pitted, so I think that's interesting.
Troy Whitehead looking to make a move here for the lead. As it stands right now, I don't know. He's going to have the momentum. He's going to have the momentum to clear for fourth turn.
Wheeler's down pit road. Zofield, Tarrant. We need Roos and all these other guys stuff to come down pit road. Probably just sticking it out for as long as they can. If anything, slow them down. Slow them down, block them. Make it difficult for them to pass. Just kind of, because you're probably going to get passed by them, but make the gap a little bit smaller. That's what you have to do. It's a pain sometimes, but hey, throw a block on them. If you make them mad, who cares at this point?
Yep. We're at the point of the race where every move counts to put yourself in position to win. So, I mean, makes a driver mad, but I mean, we're all out here for the same goal. We're trying to win a race.
As now that these guys have, and we'll wait till this front four get their pit stops done. We'll do the flyover after that. I completely forgot about the flyover. So we'll show that while these guys are racing, but we'll wait till everybody gets done with their pit stops because we still have now 8 cars left to pit, and Cogswell is out front here. You see him getting passed.
Bruce is in this time.
The former teammate to Roos when I did race in the Cup Series. I put him in the wall once at Kansas on complete accident after the caution came out. Literally forgot that he was on the outside of me, but luckily he wasn't too mad. I just zoned out, and it was one of the dumbest things I think I've ever done. We still have, what, 8 drivers left to come down pit road. The time difference between the guys that have pitted and haven't is about a whole second. So tires are a big factor here. They need to come down pit road as soon as they can, pretty much.
Woods and Gonzalez looks like they're going to come in. No. Jonathan Cogswell is still out there.
Cogswell's probably just gonna maybe just run it. Just see how far you can go. I know he's probably looking at his fuel, just thinking, I gotta
Here
keep
comes
watching
Sutherland.
this. Sizemore's down. Fuller's down. Oh, so we still got 6 drivers that still haven't came down pit road. They'll probably come down lap 100, if I had to guess. Probably be lap 100 that they'll come down pit road. They might be hoping for a caution, which I saw weird stuff happen, so I wouldn't count it out completely. That a caution could happen.
Our leader before the pit mayhem started ensuing here, Peters, sitting back in P10. Once these guys all pit, it's going to be looking like Wheeler. What do we got up there? We got Wheeler, Whitehead, Brock specifically, Austin Wheeler, and Trey Whitehead going to be looking to battle here towards the end of the race.
And still waiting for more people to come in. Sabanowski came in. Somebody else is Brownlee is in also. Cogswell, Gonzalez, Woods, Hanley, Collins, all still have to pit. So just keep that in mind. That will change. Looking around Lilith, looks like we got Wheeler. Got in front of all, and he goes in the wall there. That's going to hurt him pretty badly.
It's like Brock's going to overtake him pretty easily. Lilith going to give him a shove. No, she goes inside.
Deciding who to shove is kind of it's a mind game almost, because you can kind of keep them side by side with each other when you really could take it 3 wide. That's going to burn off some more tires, so it's a better thing to do sometimes.
DJ Daniels into the side of Peters. Ooh, a little bit of a door there from DJ.
Guys are not afraid to make a lot of contact with each other, which is not a bad thing at all. Cogswell's down, and that will be the last person that had to pit. He'll probably go back to he'll probably go back like 14th or 15th, maybe. I had to guess 14th, 15th, somewhere around that. But we'll do that flyover now that I forgot to do that with 33 laps left to go in the race.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets right there, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the brave and of the brave.
And we are back here, 100 laps left. Lilith and Brock going at it. These two are not letting each other go. DJ's fallen behind. Wheeler has fallen way behind. He pit on lap 83, so he's kind of off on tires. Lilith 86, so she actually has the freshest tires of them up. I don't know why Trey must have sped on pit road. That's the only reason I could see him being back here. That's interesting. See what he'll do.
100%. That last lap just before we came back from flyover, oh, there was a great battle between Brock and Lilith going into one turn. I think Brock was right on her right rear, and I thought maybe she might slide up and create contact. It was so close. I think it's going to be a big battle coming up here towards the end.
See if Trey be's a pain and helps his brother out. I don't think he'll do that. I think he'll decide to maybe stay out of the way for Lilith. But Brock just sails it on in there. He'll slide up in front of Lilith. Lilith is probably letting him do that too. She's probably passing him and then realizing, hey, he's going to slide job me. Just let him burn the tires up. I mean, eventually it's going to get to a point where he can't do that anymore.
Yep, I agree with you 100%. She's been super, super strategic in watching how her co-race mates race here and just taking advantage when opportunity strikes.
It's like Brock, he's gonna lose his rear, and he keeps on sliding, and I've noticed that he's done it multiple times. That he's sliding around, and it's gonna hurt him to a certain point. There's gonna be one time where he overcorrects, and it's gonna snap on him, and then it's gonna be in the wall too hard for him to be able to do anything about it. 27 laps left, so it might be worth it. I don't think so, though. It's gonna be gutsy to do that.
Lilith analyzing those moves, just like you said. She's watched him go inside. She's just maintaining this high line and might get the lead from him just running up high here. And she will.
If we can get past Trey, that'll probably be the best thing for her. See if she can get past him. She's not able to right now. And Trey doesn't have to get up this position. I think he's, what, fighting to stay on the lead lap? I think he is fighting. Yeah, he is, so he's going to fight as hard as he can.
Contact!
Ooh, I know this is probably driving Lilith nuts and having to deal with this. And I wouldn't be surprised. She's not somebody that I've saw use the bumper. But to this point, you may have to use it to get him out the way, because I think you got to realize, you know, I got to go. I can't be dealing with you messing me up, slowing me down. So get out the way, or I'm about to bump you out the way. But problem is with Trey riding that high line, I don't think that she can really do much to get him out of there.
I wonder if she takes it personal. I wonder if she races him hard. It'll be exciting to see if she gains her momentum back up here towards his back end.
See what she'll do. Lilith, the driver that came in last season and kind of made a big splash. She was doing really, really good. She was a fill-in, and she races now. As Brock's looking to the inside of Lilith for this position, Lilith is probably going to, if he's going to dive it on in there, let him do it again. No, he's not going to. He's actually going to stay relatively low and not slide it. As McDonald is back in, so maybe they have to pit one more time. I'm not completely sure. Lilith's going to have the draft from Trey.
Yeah, DJ's going in again. He's been up there. I think they do have to pit one more time. I don't know.
I'm not completely sure. As yeah, they do, because you see them all coming down pit road.
I think you got to go this next time around if you're a leader. I mean, we've got 23 left. I don't know how much room for opportunity you have here.
Roos, I didn't even realize this. Roos had managed to kind of work his way up here as this has been going on. Lilith, she's got to come down this time by, if I had to guess. She's staying low. She didn't try to pass Trey. So maybe this time, get all you can coming down pit road too. Don't leave anything on there, on the track. No, she's going to stay on the track. And she's probably being driven nuts by Trey. Not too happy with him.
I wouldn't be either, especially when you're driving this well and you started P28. You've been dominant here this second half of the race, just really, you know, bumping drivers back and forth, trying to get them to wear their tires. She's done a really great job of managing this race, and yeah, this has got to be driver insane. Ooh, as Trey's going to get slowed up by some lap traffic here.
Lilith is coming down this time by. You see her slowing down. Get all you can, get on pit road. Just don't speed. But yeah, she's doing that now. Gets down to pit road speed and long, long pit road. Auto Club. It's basically, I don't know how long the pit road is, but it's 50 seconds overall. A little bit faster than before. Or faster than other tracks down it because it's so long.
She's going to take tires here.
Actually, looks like it's only 2 tires. No, it's 4 tires for her. Off and away. And this is going to open the floodgates. So everybody will have to see where Lilith merges with the rest of the pack. See, Brock blew by her, so, and what did Brock take? I think Brock took, yeah, I think he only took 2 tires and fuel looking at his pit stop. His pit stop was only 11 seconds overall, and I know 4 tires is at least 13 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
But he might have done 2 tires only. We'll have to see how that works. DJ only took 2 tires. Trey, that is okay. Trey, yeah, he's a lap down. For some reason, thought he was on the track. He has to pit. His last pit stop was 55 seconds, so he may have broken a toe link. But Roos is down pit road right now. Maybe could have gotten there a little bit aggressive, as you see.
Gonzalez can do the same thing right behind him.
Gonzalez coming down pit road with 20 laps left. Cogswell, he's got to come down. So we need, there's top 9 still have to come down pit road. No, Lilith is going to try to get by Trey. She might have a, no, she's just going to slide right by him. So I thought she might have given him a little shot going by, kind of showing, I'm not too happy with how you were holding me up, being a pain to get around.
Really broken up field here right now. It'll be interesting to see how this race ends.
And if the caution comes out, then that changes everything, literally everything on the track. I'm hoping it doesn't happen, but that could happen very well. Where is DJ and Brock? So DJ and Brock, they're pretty good ways ahead of Lilith. Lilith is basically 3 seconds behind them. However, she is faster last lap. No. She's actually, no, she is 3 seconds. I was looking at somebody else. Let's see, where did Roos come out? Roos came out 19th. He'll move up 9 positions. He should be put in 10th. Hubka's down pit road. Woods needs to come down. 2 tires might have been the right call. We'll just have to see, as there's 18 laps left. So it's just we have to pretty much wait and see what happens with these guys.
Got to get these guys grouped up here.
One thing that these guys up front are probably hoping is a caution. Right now I don't see it happening. I probably just cursed them by saying that. Lilith is trying to run him down. She's running about 1/10 to 2/10 faster each lap. And she's got it down to a 1.5 second gap to Isaiah. When she catches Isaiah, she'll gain a little bit more. She very well might shove Isaiah up there if she's still needing to. I'm not completely sure, though. These guys will be merging with lap traffic, so it's going to get kind of weird because of that also. Some of the lap traffic may stay out of the way, some of them might not. It just depends on really what lap traffic you come up on. Some guys will be more inclined to get out of the way for you. Some guys will be more inclined to just park it right in front of you.
Sutherland loosened it there a little bit coming out of 2. He was lucky to correct that. Did a really good job of maintaining his car.
Cogswell still needs to come down pit road. As we just have some more people coming down pit road. I'm not sure that was. That was Cliff and Brownlee
see, Zofield, Sizemore, Hubka, Brownlee, Corriveau, Ruse, Sabinski,
As
all still need to pit, correct?
yes. Let's see. Yeah, those all need to come down. Zofield and Tarrant just went down pit road. I don't think there's no way Cogswell has fuel to the end unless he's really stretched it. He pitted on lap 96. But he might have a chance. I mean, he's good, really 24 seconds ahead. I just don't think he can stretch fuel. I think he stretch it 34 laps here for that. But he might try it. He may even save him, passing some people riding around him. Lilith, she's probably just hoping that she can catch these guys up front. She's got it within 3 seconds now. She's lost a little bit of time, though, to him as these guys are catching some lap cars and getting the draft off of them. Guys are all lined up. Nobody's really passing each other. She needs them to start trying to race and draw herself back into it. That's the only way she can maybe get back up to them. Sizemore comes down pit road. So we got Collins, Fuller, and Cogswell. I have to come down. I think Cogswell's probably going full throttle too. Let's see. He's might be running a little bit less than full throttle here, possibly. Oh, he's clutching it in the corner. He's trying to make it. Yeah, he's
Sutherland and Daniels here battling a little bit. Thought there might have been some contact coming off that corner.
Sutherland has the fresher tires of these guys. Only 1 lap fresher tires, so it may have just been him going down pit road, but he's worked his way back up here now. So see if he can do something with this. He qualified second, so keep that in mind. So he does have the speed to get up front. He's just been having to work his way back up front this whole race, it seems like, for him. I'm really interested to see if Cogswell can make it. I mean, he's got a 20-second gap, so it's not like he doesn't have space to give. I just don't know if he can. As Sutherland and DJ, while these two go at it, that's going to allow Brock to get a little bit further ahead from these guys.
Lilith looks like she's been closing the gap a little bit more. I think she's got it in her to catch this this pack here in front of her.
She's got, how much of a gap does she have? Let me look. She's got it's down to a second to 2 seconds, really more than a second. So,
Ooh, is that DJ up into the wall there? That's going to slow him down a little bit.
and Lilith is coming. It's just, does she have time to do it? Gonna be really close. As
Cut a
DJ and
huge gap right there off that turn. Huge gap.
Yeah.
She is running. She is ripping. Taps the wall a little bit there coming into the backstretch.
Isaiah and DJ just battling it out in front of her, so that's helping her catch them. Cogswell still hasn't came in.
She is closing the gap in corners. She's closing it along the front stretch, getting closer and closer. She's definitely going to make it interesting for these fellows in front.
Last lap, she's ran 4/10 faster. 4/10, 3/10 faster than these guys in front of her, so she's got the car to catch them. Isaiah, if she gets if he gets side by side with Brock, this could even draw Lilith in even more. But Cogswell still hasn't came down pit road. He's got a 20-second gap. Collins hasn't came down pit road either. He has a 10-second gap to Whitehead. And they're just seeing if they can make it to the end. They may have timed their fuel perfectly. I know Cogswell was pushing in the clutch when I was on board with them. So he might just be trying to save fuel to the end.
Lilith, great momentum. Might be able to overtake DJ here coming in this next turn. I think she's clear of him already. She is.
Lilith making quick work of him. Collins had to come down pit road. Cogswell still doesn't have to come down pit road. He's still trying to make it. He's going to have 6 laps left. This is going to be close on fuel for him. He's still pushing the clutch. Yeah, he still is. I mean, he's making it work too. He's got the huge gap. Isaiah just smoked the tires coming off the corner. Lilith is trying to gain on these guys. If Cogswell, it's going to be close on Cogswell's fuel. Lap 96, he did take 4 tires, so he got it completely full of fuel. He spent 15 seconds on pit road.
Isaiah's into the back end of him. It's going to push him up high.
And Brock's going to get completely loose because I can see the wheel from here. He's turning it to the right, or to the right, trying to get it to not spin out. But Isaiah definitely gave him the bumper, and this drew Lilith in immediately right behind both of them.
She's got the better tires. I wonder if she'll be able to run.
He's probably going to stay high and get this massive run off the top line. As yet, huge run. Oh, Isaiah tries to come up and block. Lilith says, I'm just going to go down to the bottom with the big run that I have. Maybe side draft Isaiah here a little bit. Isaiah's going to run it wide. He's going to get that car wound up. Lilith's going to go down to the bottom. Lilith, the person that I chose to win the race, and Lilith is going to get clear of Isaiah, but she can't get clear of Brock. Side draft here from her. No, she's not going to really side draft too hard here. She's got to find...
Big bump from Isaiah.
She's got to find the moment. Here, we're assuming this is the battle for the lead. But Cogswell still has not came down pit road. He is still on the track.
Isaiah getting a little bit loose.
Lilith will get that position. Isaiah down to the inside. Lilith would probably rather prefer to be on the outside anyway, because we saw the outside is just so hard to... It's so hard for the inside person to pass them for it. Not easy. Lilith, she's looking to the inside of Brock. Brock tries to throw a block. Lilith back inside on him.
What a move from Lilith Peters. That is just...
She's trying to get
see
cleared.
this kind of
She's
move.
going to be clear. I see Brock getting loose. Isaiah gets loose, but
into the
still.
wall a little bit on the back end.
However, the issue is still Cogswell has not came down pit road. He may be out right now. He's just trying to catch the draft. He's low like he may be entering pit road. Is he coming this time by? Was he 2 laps short? We'll have to see. Oh my gosh, she's still on the track. 2 laps left here for Cogswell. 17-second gap. Does he save enough fuel and make it to the end? This is going to be stretching the fuel. I will be amazed if he makes it the whole way. He's going to be coming to 1 to go here. Does he have enough fuel to the end? There is no way he's going to stretch it. We were looking at that battle back there because I assumed that Cogswell was going to run out.
He doesn't... Listen, he's had a huge track position to save as much as he possibly can. I think he managed it really well. I think he's going to be able to complete it. with that kind of gap, you just run it easy. You save. You said he was using the clutch. Maybe he's letting off in certain situations. When you've got a lead like that, you might be able to improve some field management to stretch to the end.
And the way it's looking right now, if he gets to the middle of 3 and 4, I mean, he should have the win here easily. Cogswell on board with him so we can hear it. I mean, you can see he's been pushing the clutch the whole entire time. But Jonathan Cogswell is going to stretch his fuel longer than what I thought he could and take home the win here at Auto Club. Lilith looks like she'll come home second. Sutherland looks like he'll come home third. I did not expect Cogswell to stretch his fuel for as long as he did. I really thought he was going to run out before that.
Wonderful, wonderful field management out of Cogswell. That was amazing, amazing to watch.
Yeah, and he just ran out too. It's sputtering down the backstretch here. So he was literally at the very end of that fuel run. He went as long as he possibly could.
Sometimes those gambles pay off. In this case, it did for Cogswell.
That is stretching the fuel as long as you can go. Just ran out after the finish line. Did not expect to see that happen. Can't do a burnout because he doesn't have any fuel. But we will bring in the top 3 drivers here. Grab them. Cannot see anybody else. Great. Let me ask for them here. Forgot to fly that. That's the sponsor for the last lap. I forgot to fly that flag there. The first page media. That is my bad. I completely forgot. I was really surprised that Cogswell was going to make it that long, so that's what I was focused on. I did not expect that to happen at all. Let me bring in, so we need to get Isaiah, Lilith, and Cogswell. Lilith's in there. We're going to wait for Isaiah to get into that waiting room. As there they go. Isaiah's in there. So we'll bring Isaiah Sutherland in. Hey, Isaiah, this is Bryce and Eric in the booth. Got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you, man.
Man, so you fall just a little bit short there, but you come home third. But, you know, how did the race go for you overall, though, man?
Oh, it's good to be back in a next-gen car. I took about a year break. Took about a year break from the next-gen cars and did Gen 4s for a little while, and they're pretty fun. It's a different animal, but I really like this next-gen car. But the race went really good. I had to get used to stages again. I haven't done stage racing in legitimately probably a year. So I had to get used to that, and the intensity I felt was really high. At first, I tried saving my tires for a little while. I had to find that fine line of saving and pushing. These cars are so fun because you can push them pretty good and still be able to save some. So didn't really know what to do with pit strategy either, but honestly, the car felt really good, and it was really fun racing with these guys.
No, so
Yeah, Isaiah, you had a really fast car, man. I saw you'd mentioned you were going back and forth between saving and being, how to run the car. It was pretty fast. It seemed like you were doing a great job of being aggressive and making moves. How did you? Where did you think you'd end up after qualification? Was this a perfect strategy to kind of get up back towards the top of the field, or what was kind of the game plan?
It was kind of a shot in the dark. Like I said at first, since I'm coming from the Gen 4 cars, you really have to save. You really can't even race those cars until like 30 to go. With these cars, It took me a minute. Like I said, it took me a minute to figure out, man, these guys are pushing pretty hard. Do I need to push that hard? So it took me a while to figure it out. But honestly, whenever the last stage ended, my arms were up in the air. I was so confused on pitting. I was like, wait a second, nothing adds up. And so I
Right.
just guessed. The very last time we pitted, I guessed, and I took 2 tires and a little bit extra fuel than the auto fuel feature. I took like 7 gallons or something like that, and the 2 tires was working pretty good until Lilith showed us that 4 tires works better. So yeah, so that's how it worked out. I'm happy to end up top three, and it feels really good to be back in this car.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
Yeah, sure. I haven't done this in a while, but of course I gotta thank my good Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. He's been so good to me in my life, and I gotta give him all the praise. I gotta thank my girlfriend. She always tunes in and watches. She's currently at work, so hey, Dalen. Um, Mom and Dad, they always tune in and watch, and some family members. Got some sponsors on the car. So Sutherland Used Cars. It's located in Northwest Tennessee. You can look them up on Facebook and see what cars they have on the lot. And you can also sign up for Virtual Academy courses on my car at subscriptions.virtualacademy.com/sign up. And what Virtual Academy is police training for retired and active duty police officers. And you guys in the booth, you guys do a wonderful job. I've been watching y'all the past couple of weeks, and you guys do good. So appreciate y'all.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. Good job coming home third tonight, though, man.
10-4, thank you.
Good race, Isaiah.
That was Isaiah Sutherland. We will bring in the second place driver, Lilith Peters. Hey, Lilith, this is Bryson. Eric in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir. Hi.
So you come home second. You fought us a little bit short, but how did the race go for you overall, though? Because you had to fight your way up towards the front. You started 28th and you finished second.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to do in qualifying, and then I hit the wall, so that's why I started last, basically. But it was pretty fun passing people when I got to the field. And then I tried strategy in it, and it ended up biting me with Cogswell winning, but I had fun. I'll take second.
What was the pressure like, Lilith, when you were coming down to that last pit stop and you had to make the decision between 2 and 4? What made you decide to take 4? Is that just something you've had experience with in the past, or what kind of caused that decision in your brain?
There were too many laps to take 2, unless we had a caution, I think. So it was probably going to work if we had maybe 10 less laps, but I felt fine with adding an extra 7-8 seconds or whatever it was.
Yeah, no, it paid off really well. That run back up front, man. We were watching you just greatness at work, man. You did a great job.
Thank you.
All right. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout out that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
My sponsor, Luna Steak Sauce. You can buy it at foxfirefoods.com. And my teammate, Johnny. He had an early exit, but I was the only Midnight Motorsports driver to finish, and thanks for letting me have me on there.
All right. Well, I will let you go. Good job coming home second tonight.
Good night, Bryce. Thank you.
That was Lilith Peters, the second place driver. We will bring in the race winner and Jonathan Cogswell. Hey, Jonathan, this is Bryson. Eric in the booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, I'm worn out.
Man, so we were watching that battle back there because there was no way I thought you could stretch your fuel. How in the world did you stretch it for as long as you did? Because you ran out after the race finished.
I clutched every single corner that last run.
So were you clutching
I
pretty
just-
much since you came out of pit road, since you pitted?
Yes, every corner. I just thought I'd take a chance.
That was, oh my gosh, I did not expect that. But how did the race go for you overall, though? Because you qualified 8th, so you didn't have a bad qualifying spot there at all.
You know, it was really tough because, if I had the open track, I was fine with those people around. It was really, really hard. But once I got to the track to myself, it was a lot easier for me. But they were beating and banging on me the entire race.
Jonathan, did you have that strategy planned out in your head that you knew you were going to stretch that last bit of the the race out? Is that something you just have you've done before, or what kind of triggered you that you're like we're just going all in, we're taking the chance, we're taking the gamble?
I ran in another leak before where you'd run out of gas at the stage if you didn't conserve, so I kind of learned from that. But it really was a gamble because I was like a lap short when I came out. Well, I actually only had to make up a lap or two by those clutching those both corners. I didn't think I was going to make it, but eventually I saw that okay, this might work.
Man, and it was definitely interesting there towards the end. I was like, "There's no way this man's gonna be able to stretch his fuel." But how does that, kind of boost your season here, winning a race early on?
I was making silly mistakes first two races. I was going in when the pits were closed. I was exiting when the exit was closed, and I was just horrible. I don't like stages. Stages mess me up. I can't stand them because I get faster as I go. I'm not really a hot lapper. That's why I don't qualify well, but I usually finish well. I'm just not that fast in the beginning, but I build momentum as the race goes.
And you showed that here tonight because we didn't see you for a while, and all of a sudden coming down there after the second stage, we started seeing your name a lot more. I think you were leading. What was it? End of the second stage or beginning of the third? I don't know. You were just picking up momentum, just super relentless. So it was a great race to watch. Awesome driving on your end.
Yeah, these are quality drivers, so it really means a lot to beat these guys. And they were beating and banging on me. They weren't showing me no mercy.
All right, man. Well, before I let you go, is there anybody you want to thank? Any sponsors you want to shout at that may have been watching the stream here tonight?
I'd like to thank my team, Mike Subby Racing, and I love my team, and we're a great bunch of guys working together, and this has been a lot of fun.
All right, man. Well, I will let you go. Good job coming home with the win tonight, man.
Yeah, this is great because actually the strength of how I drive doesn't come till second part of the season around Darlington, Martinsville. That's where I really am good. These short tracks I like.
All right, man. Well, I'll let you go. Good job tonight coming home with the win, man.
Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. And a quick shout out to the race control. I love that guy. He's really good. No nonsense guy. And I really love our race control.
All right, as that was Jonathan Cogswell, the race winner. I will go over the finishing order here now. First, Jonathan Cogswell ran out after he crossed the finish line for the win. Second, Lilith Peters. Third, Isaiah Sutherland. Fourth, Brock Whitehead. Fifth, Ricky Gonzalez. Sixth, Austin Wheeler. Seventh, DJ Daniel. Eighth, Ryan Gomes. Ninth, Christian Roos. 11th, Chris Wheeler. 13th, 11th, Patrick McQuaid. 12th, Ryan Sizemore. 13th, Matt Metler. 14th, Wes Fuller. 15th, Dylan Ellis. 16th, Chris Hupka. 17th, Caleb Collins. 18th, Chris Zofield. 19th, Christopher Cash. 20th, Brian Cloyd. 21st, Zach Woods. 22nd, Trey Whitehead. 23rd, Cody Tarrant. 24th, Cliff. Don't want to butcher his last name. 25th, TJ Hanley. 26th, Mike Salinowski. 27th, Josh Brownlee. 28th, Robert Gillard. 30th, Charles Whitehead. And 28th, Robert Gillard. 29th, Dylan McDonald. 30th, Charles Whitehead. And 31st, Johnny Williams. Not a bad race overall, but I will not keep you all any longer, so I will let you all go.